So what's happening right now is I'm getting reports from on the ground in Iowa that Iowa caucus debacle is not just in the vote counting, but how the caucuses were run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What do you mean? Well, in some areas, precinct captains and people caucusing arrived at precincts with no chairs. This is from a precinct in Webster County Caucus Center, and this went to Webster County, went to Pete Buttigieg. It says, I couldn't find a volunteer to run this caucus. So here is your materials. Do the best you can. Reporting numbers, and then reporting numbers to call, they had to insert to call, are on page 16 of the book. Any questions? Here's my phone number. And then that's the person's name. Call me and let me know who has the envelopes, and we will get them picked up in the morning.
Wow. Mr. Price really had this organized in Iowa. Nice work, Price. Nice work, Tom Perez.
Okay, so there's that's from Webster County. That went to Buttigieg. So it turns out they got some real good controls. Here is Pete Guido tweets this out. He says, the Iowa Democratic Party is now reporting vote totals from Black Hawk County that are at odds with what the Black Hawk County themselves have reported. So look at this. Do you really think Deval Patrick got 494 votes?
There's no way. I mean,
do you really think he got 494 votes? 7% of the frickin' vote? Do you think Tom Steyer really got 393 votes? Do you think Deval Patrick and Tom Steyer got 7 and 5, 13% of the vote? Do you really think that happened?
I think Steyer got something. I think 5.8 seems very high. Patrick, I mean, that's
they got more than
beyond,
Yang.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, Steyer.
Yang got 33, Patrick got 494, and Steyer got 396.
Yeah, there's no freaking way. I mean, Steyer would show up. I'd expect that. I'd expect maybe 2% or something like that. But 5.8, and then Patrick. I mean, that's the biggest. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Patrick, there's no way.
So they have. So this is the official. This is from the county. They say Steyer has 27 votes, and Buttigieg has 1578. But look, they say Steyer has 397, and Buttigieg has 1588. 10 more votes. This is the official guy. Now this is the new goof. This is not what this guy says it is. He says Deval Patrick doesn't even make it. Deval Patrick has jumped ahead of Andrew Yang in the IDP's official results. What the F?
Fair reaction.
Yep.
Accurate reaction. Just a friendly reminder to everyone watching at home. We got 50 states. This is the first one.
Deval Patrick has more delegates than Andrew Yang. Get the hell out of here. Deval Patrick couldn't catch a cab. Deval Patrick? Are you kidding me?
No one even knew he was running.
No one could pick him out of a lineup.
The name isn't even familiar.
There's
no.
He's polling at 0.0%. And somehow he's ahead of Andrew Yang. He got 21 delegates. And you saw how they inflated Pete Buttigieg's numbers. This guy said Pete Buttigieg has 1578 votes. And they say Pete Buttigieg has 1588 votes. Isn't it? So if these were honest mistakes, you would think half of the mistakes would go in one direction, and half the mistakes would go in the other direction. All the mistakes always go in the favor of the establishment. Always. Isn't that something? They didn't screw up and give Bernie extra votes.
And there's not one mainstream media talking head who's going to point that out, Jimmy.
No, there isn't. Isn't it interesting? Whenever they make a mistake, it's always in the same direction. It favors the establishment. This is nuts. They're doing this right out in the open. Here it goes. So if you thought we were going to get away, we were going to somehow get through this without getting in the streets and fucking and confronting our politicians, you're wrong. If you thought this was going to happen without us getting in the streets and confronting the capital class, you're wrong. This is class war, baby. And who did they give it to? They gave it to a guy right from Wall Street, Deval Patrick. This is class warfare. And how do you win? You got to get in the streets. That's what's going to happen. And we got to have direct action. That's the only thing that's going to do this. Look what they're doing. This is the first one. They're doing it on national TV. And they don't care. What are you going to say? And then as soon as Bernie stands up, they're going to say he's crazy. Bernie's crazy, Bernie. But Bernie's got to stand up. This is why do you see why I've been telling Bernie to not play footsies with the DNC, to make them the enemy? And then now he could look and say, look, like I told you they were going to cheat us. It's us against them. Which is what Trump did. Which is what Tulsi's doing. And that is a winning strategy if Bernie... I mean, look what they're doing to you. So now you're going to tell people to donate to the DNC? Now you're going to apologize for somebody saying that Joe Biden is corrupt? Look at this. So this is, again, I've taken a big pounding for mentioning obvious flaws in Bernie's strategy. Just obvious flaws. And here it is again. He could use this to slingshot him. If he had been running against the DNC the whole time, he could use this even more to slingshot his popularity. Because people would see it happening. He could say they're going to cheat us, and here it comes, and they cheated us last time. He's not saying that.
Well, let me ask you. Ask you. He's going to be at a debate this Friday.
When is he going to say they cheated me last time and they're doing it again?
So I would challenge the campaign, the Bernie Sanders campaign, to make that claim, to be strong on Friday and alert everybody that they're being cheated. Because how much more evidence do you need than just on the heels of Iowa, Jimmy?
Steph, Donna Brazil admitted it, and everybody still pretends it didn't happen. Donna Brazil has the smoking gun, the contract, and everyone still pretends it didn't happen. Even the other day on the Hill, they were grilling that guy. They pretended it didn't happen. Anyway, they're doing it right out in the open, you guys. And here it is. Wow. How about that letter?
Yeah.
In Webster County? Hey, couldn't find anybody to run your caucus. Here, you guys fucking do it, and let me know who's got the envelopes with the results.
This is an election that decides whether or not we do anything about the climate catastrophe. Here's, somebody talk about these results. We're going to have some guy flip a coin and cheat for this CIA dude. Sleep tight.
So 36,000 people live in Webster County.
36,000.
36,000 people.
So I wonder how many people were going to show up at that.
You can find one volunteer out of 36,000. How hard you work?
I'm just, wow. Remember, chaos favors the establishment. Again, that Bernie Sanders didn't win that. Bernie Sanders didn't win this county. Bernie Sanders didn't win this county. This was an actual letter. Just gives you a better idea. It just looks like a real letter. I read it to you. Wow.
It looks professional.
I couldn't find anyone. I couldn't find a volunteer to run this caucus. Wow, that Iowa Democratic Party, they really got their act together, don't they? Hey, come see a live Jimmy Dore show. We're going to be in Tempe, Arizona, Sacramento, San Jose, Miami. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all tickets to all of our live shows, and go to jimmydorecomedy.com/join to become a premium member. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Thanks for your support.